Welcome viewers to this edition of PNG Issues. In this edition, this channel will put before the viewers the track records of two leaders, former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill and current Prime Minister James Marapae. Based on these records, members of Parliament can choose which side to align with come vote of no confidence on Tuesday, 15 April 2025. On Wednesday, 8 April 2025, the opposition had a press conference at Crown Plaza Hotel and came out firing at the Prime Minister James Marapae and his government. Former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill highlighted poor economy, law and order and among other issues as Marapae's track record as a Prime Minister. However, Prime Minister James Marapae fires back and urged Peter O'Neill to look at his own track record and see where he stands. Now, let's look at both leaders' track records. Let's start with former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill. Peter O'Neill's tenure as Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea was marked by a mix of significant achievements and considerable controversies. Here's a breakdown of some of the key impacts. Achievements. Infrastructure development. O'Neill's government invested heavily in infrastructure projects, including roads, bridges and airport upgrades. This was aimed at improving connectivity and stimulating economic growth. The hosting of the 2018 APAC summit, while controversial, led to significant infrastructure development in Port Moresby. Education and healthcare. His government implemented policies aimed at providing free education and improving access to healthcare services. There were efforts to increase the number of schools and healthcare facilities. Economic growth initially. In the early years of his premiership, PNG experienced periods of economic growth, particularly driven by the PNG LNG project. Failures and setbacks. Corruption allegations. O'Neill's government faced numerous allegations of corruption, including those related to the UBS loan and other financial dealings. The dismantling of the Investigative Task Force Sweep, ITFS, an anti-corruption agency, raised serious concerns. Economic management. Heavy borrowing led to increased national debt, and the country faced economic difficulties, especially after the decline in commodity prices. Critics argued that his government failed to effectively manage the economy and capitalize on the benefits of the LNG project. Political controversies. His rise to power involved a constitutional crisis, and his later years were marked by political instability and attempts to avoid votes of no confidence. There were accusations of him weakening governing institutions. Social problems. There were claims that while infrastructure was being built, social problems like law and order were not given enough attention. In summary, while O'Neill's government made strides in infrastructure development and access to some social services, it was also plagued by allegations of corruption and economic mismanagement, which ultimately contributed to his political downfall. Now let's see the current Prime Minister James Marapae track record. James Marapae's tenure as Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea has been marked by a mix of significant achievements and persistent challenges. Here's a breakdown. Key achievements. Economic goals. Marapae's government has emphasized increasing Papua New Guinea's economic independence, particularly in the resource sector. His administration has sought to secure better returns for the country from its natural resources. There has been a focus on diversifying the economy beyond resource extraction with attention to agriculture, small and medium-sized enterprises, and the informal economy. Significant growth in the country's economy has been recorded. Infrastructure development. The Connect PNG program has aimed to improve the nation's infrastructure, particularly roads and airports. There has been progression in on- and off-grid electrification projects. Anti-corruption efforts. The establishment of the Independent Commission Against Corruption, ICAC, is a significant step towards addressing corruption. International relations. His government has engaged in active diplomacy, strengthening relationships with various international partners. He has also been active in pursuing better deals for PNG and resource extraction deals with foreign countries. Social policies. There have been efforts to improve access to education and healthcare. His government has also made moves to remove the death penalty. Key challenges. Economic difficulties. Papua New Guinea faces ongoing economic challenges, including budget deficits and foreign exchange issues. There is a need to create a more stable and attractive environment for foreign investment. Political instability. Papua New Guinea's political landscape is often volatile, with frequent votes of no confidence. Maintaining political stability is a constant challenge for Marapae's government. Law and order. Crime and lawlessness remain significant problems in many parts of the country. Infrastructure deficiencies. Despite efforts to improve infrastructure, significant gaps remain, hindering economic development and service delivery. Social issues. Poverty, inequality, and limited access to essential services continue to affect many Papua New Guineans. Votes of no confidence. The political landscape of Papua New Guinea is known to be volatile, and the Prime Minister has had to deal with numerous votes of no confidence. In summary, James Marapae's government has made strides in key areas, but Papua New Guinea still faces substantial challenges. His ability to navigate these challenges will be crucial in shaping the country's future. There you have it. Now you can judge yourselves, including members of parliament. Thank you for watching the PNG Issues channel. Please subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next episode of PNG Issues for updates of current events in PNG.